All right. Floyd Mayweather Jr. says he will be one of the best trainers in boxing. Seeing him out there training his son and working with the younger boxers, man, is one of the better things that I've seen in boxing in since this Corona thing has started, man. I think that is absolutely wonderful to see Floyd Mayweather doing that. And I think Floyd Mayweather Jr. is 100% correct that he could be one of the best trainers in boxing. I think that might be, if Floyd Mayweather Jr. wanted to do that and he's serious about doing that, really might be, besides boxing, his biggest legacy as in the fight game, man. Aside, obviously, from his huge career, man. I really do, man. Watch the video, stay to the video to the end, man. I really do want to talk about that with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and what he said in this video. I think it's something that's really, really powerful. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back. Floyd Money Mayweather, a.k.a. Pretty Boy Floyd, the son of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Sr., one of the best trainers in boxing in the last 30 years. Nephew of Roger Mayweather, a world championship Hall of Fame level boxer on his own, but also a Hall of Fame level trainer. Also the nephew of Jeff Mayweather, who was a very solid fighter in his career and also a trainer. Floyd Mayweather Jr., one of the greatest the greatest fighter of this century so far, and one of the best fighters I've ever seen in my life. I definitely have some issues with stuff that he says outside the ring, and but hey, man, not everybody gets along, not everybody's personalities mesh. But as far as what he does in the ring, nothing but praise for the skill set, the commitment, and the career of the great Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, if my dogs keep barking, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to go get them. All right, they stopped. So I do not have to stop my video, thank goodness. So we all know who Floyd Mayweather Jr. is. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has had, and I really do feel for the guy, because we all have times in our lives when, things just kind of go wrong. All right, somebody came by my door and my dogs went berserk. So I had to pause the video. I lost my train of thought, but we're just going to start right here. So Floyd Mayweather Jr., without a doubt, is one of the greatest fighters that's been there. And he's also had a great, he's one of the most blessed fighters that I know of. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been, if there's somebody that is made to be a great trainer, I do believe that it's Floyd Mayweather Jr. I don't think that there's anything that a trainer needs that Floyd Mayweather Jr. does not have in spades. And let me tell you what I mean. Now, I know that there are going to be people, I can tell, I just know already what people are going to say, right? Or people who might be a distractor of Floyd Mayweather Jr., a detractor, of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s regard, would say, well, not all great fighters don't make great trainers. Give me some names. So I'm going to stop you with this cornball ass argument before you bring it to me. Give me some names of some great fighters that wound up being great trainers. Most guys that are great trainers were not great fighters. Well, why is that? Many of the people who are great fighters, in my opinion, were great athletes and relied on their athleticism and relied on their talents to separate themselves from the rest of the fighters, right? So you have guys like, so I won't say names. We all know examples of it. Guys that who are faster, guys that are blessed with natural punching power, people that that work hard and have great reflexes, right? All the talents associated with being a A-level athlete versus being a B-level athlete or a C-level athlete. And that really does come into play, in boxing. There are different levels of athletes. There's different levels of physical talent. However, and that could be situations where a guy like maybe a Roy Jones Jr. would not necessarily be as good a trainer as somebody that was who doesn't have as much talent, but is very, very focused on the technical side of the game and knows how to train, knows how to motivate, knows how to do all those things. And that would, he might not be as good of a trainer as that guy. Now, I don't believe, though, that Floyd Mayweather Jr. fits that mode. Floyd Mayweather Jr. was never somebody that relied on his athleticism to win fights. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Used his boxing skills and his knowledge of the game to beat fighters that were bigger than him, to beat fighters that he should. How else could a guy like Floyd Mayweather Jr. beat a Canelo Alvarez? Somebody that's that much bigger, that's somebody that is that talented and that skilled, and a guy like Floyd Mayweather Jr. makes it a walk in the park and can do that up multiple weight classes. He can disarm a guy like Manny Pacquiao, who very well might have faster speed and who very well, an argument could be made, is a better athlete than Floyd Mayweather Jr. Manny Pacquiao is one of the most talented boxers that I've seen. Between hand speed, foot speed, right, and just aggressive nature, very, very talented dude. But Floyd Mayweather Jr. took everything away from him because because of his commitment to the skills associated with boxing, not an overriding talent, right? Didn't rely on his talent strictly. Now, he's a very talented fighter, but never relied on it. Secondly, he was raised. Second reason I think this guy could be a great trainer is that he is raised by great trainers. He is raised by Roger Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather Jr., Floyd Mayweather Sr. And he's watched his father. He sat there and watched his father watch his father train top level fighters. He himself was built by Floyd Mayweather Sr. So he knows how Floyd Mayweather Sr. went about training and building Floyd Mayweather Jr. from the ground. And same thing applies to Roger Mayweather. Those are world class fighters who turned into world class trainers, right? All three of his uncles are world class fighters that transitioned to be world class trainers. Floyd Mayweather Sr., Roger Mayweather, and Jeff Mayweather are all world-class trainers. Jeff Mayweather might be a little further down on the total pole as a fighter and might not have the fighters, but the guy has a boxing mind. He stays in the gym, and they know that trade. So Floyd doesn't just have the boxer perspective. He also has the trainer's perspective. And as far as there's another thing that I think that forces people that where some successful fighters or great fighters don't make good trainers is the necessity to have to train, right? From my understanding, from what I see, there's a lot of fighters, and I think it's reasonable to say that there's a lot of fighters that go into training after their career is over because they need to be able to earn a living. Right? So, hey, man, what can I do? My career is over. Well, I can teach somebody what I know. I can get into the gym. I can run these guys through this drills. I can help build them and get them right. Maybe build another champion, right? But it's typically the fighters that do not have the large bankrolls and have made, a bunch of money that would be in that situation to start with. They've got to go there because where else are they going to go if they have not amassed a lot of money and still be involved with something that they are an expert in, which not only will earn them money, but allow them to have a significant amount of self-esteem that comes from being excellent at what you do, right? That's a reason. And also they don't get paid, and trainers only get 10% of the purse. And it might be hard for some fighters, some of those big fighters to humble themselves to actually have to go to work for other fighters. With Floyd Mayweather Jr., I don't believe a lot of that is going to be an issue because Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a workaholic. You can see the guy wants to stay in boxing. He wants to stay active. He's a guy that is moving around all over the place, doing a bunch of stuff all the time. So for him to have a gym to go to and a fighter to grow, I believe that he would be able to make that transition. Now, also, this is somebody, in my opinion, that needs to be encouraged to do it because it would match well with his promotional outfit. Floyd Mayweather, now I wouldn't say that Floyd might, I think different trainers could do, work at different levels of fighters, right? So is Floyd Mayweather somebody that would go into a ring with Deontay Wilder and, coach Deontay Wilder from the corner? Maybe, maybe not. But Deontay Wilder is a guy that is 99.9% already there, right? And you might be trying to motivate him. You might be trying to change this or change that. From what I can see from Floyd Mayweather Jr. and at least the guys that I've seen him looking like he wants to train, he's training guys that from the ground up, or people that are at a certain skill level but still need to make tremendous stride, maybe in their fundamentals, in the way that they approach the fight. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. has all that experience, and he also has the resources. He has the resources to give a fighter that he builds everything that they need, right? So he has the ability to, because he has Mayweather Gym and he has the name that he has the ability to find sparring partners for the kids. He would have the ability to do the things with fighters that he's building that managers might typically do, right? Where like a kid comes out of the amateurs and a manager is the one that's footing it, they sign to a managerial contract. So the manager is paying a lot of the money, a lot of the expenses associated with their training. And once they get to a certain level, then they'll, that manager will take that fighter and try to get them a promotional deal. And then the promoter, then you start working with the promoter. Well, Floyd Mayweather Jr. being the promoter and being a deep pockets type of guy has the ability to get those resources to fighters and take the time with the fighters that he needs to take and get them to where they need to be. So he can not only do the training and he can do the career development. It's just, and if he was somebody that wanted to dedicate himself to making, I want to build 10, 11 fighters, right? From the ground up. These guys are basically from the ground up. They're 13, 14 years old, 5, 6 years away from turning pro. Let me get these guys right. I got the money. I got the time, develop them and then bring them into the professional circuit, man. I think Floyd Mayweather Jr. could be tremendously successful from that. And let's not underestimate this fact too, that Floyd Mayweather Jr. being from Michigan, the skill sets that they had, that they learned, that the techniques that his father and their uncles learned, and the people that they learned them from are, they're associated with some of the greatest fighters that have ever done it coming out of the state of Michigan. People from the United States a lot of times you think just Crunk Gym is Michigan. Crunk Gym is Michigan, right? You have Detroit, you got Flint, you got the different places, but that's a very, very rich boxing culture, very, very knowledgeable, a lot of institutional knowledge there. Having a trainer like with the resources that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has and the knowledge and things he's been exposed to, I honestly, man, don't see how he could miss unless he just decides that he, doesn't want to show up one day and have just becomes undisciplined and unreliable, right? Because that's important in trainers too. Somebody that's going to be there every day, somebody that you can rely on, somebody that's going to push you every day, someone you don't have to worry like, yeah, we're training 3 weeks straight, but then all of a sudden, hey man, I got to go away and yeah, maybe I'll start training you again next month. I'll be back. Believe it or not, dude, there are trainers in other sports that are like that. They will just, I don't feel like doing it, and be very, very, very quirky. Also, talented people, could be another reason why very popular, very successful fighters sometimes don't make good trainers, because they're also very arrogant and they can be very arrogant and they can be very quirky, very odd people that are used to having people respond and follow them around, but can't necessarily deal with an athlete that might think that they're the boss and a trainer is working for them. So, anyway, there's pros and cons to it, whatever, but I think in the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather Jr. would be a great trainer, and I definitely encourage him to do so. Anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.